to the bold analysis. The strategy of unleashing Kithure Kindiki to take Rigathi Gachagua head-on is part of the scheme that can be seen to tame the Mount Kenya rebellion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you followed our podcast, I did say, hey, days of Rigathi impeachment, that immediately Rigathi Gachagua was sworn into office. I said that it will be a political suicide if Kithure Kindiki will accept to engage in some tug of war with Rigathi Gachagua. And true to my position, Kithure Kindiki, give credit where it's due. Kithure Kindiki has been showing some restraint, and I've been avoiding the confrontation with Rigathi Gachagua. And so, Rigathi, having been kicked out of government, of course in such a shambolic manner, is a man with political ambitions. So he decided to go head-on against Ruto administration. The moment Rigathi is going against Ruto and is kicking Ruto from the mountain, a man whose job is on the chopping board is Kithure Kindiki. So today I listened to Kindiki in Embu. He was supposed to attend a service with the president in Elgeyo Marakwet, but decided to go to Embu, accompanied by a contingent of other leaders. And for the first time since he was appointed as the deputy president, Kithure Kindiki went head-on against Rigathi Gachagua. And I want to say for the record here, that is a failed strategy because of one reason. Before I get more into those details, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel. We are heading to 100,000 subscribers. We are 3,900 shy of that target. So we gave ourselves the next 1 month up to 4th February so that we clock the 100,000 mark. It is possible. Kindly subscribe. Subscription is absolutely free. I want you to take time and listen to, I've edited parts of that video, and listen to snippets from this Kindiki statement in Embu.
Kweli si kweli? Kweli si kweli? Na ukipata nafasi, your headache as a leader should be, what is it that I can do now that I have this opportunity for the people? Sio kuzurura hapa. Na wengine wanaonanga vile tunaongeanga, wanafikiri sisi ni watu waoga. Uongozi sio mambo mingi, sio kiburi, sio sauti, sio mambo mingi. So we must be clear what we want. And I want to tell our people, msiwe na wasiwasi. Nyinyi mrelax. Just relax. Hiyo mambo yote mmesikia, si mmeomba mambo ya barabara? Si mmeomba maji na stima? Ngojeni tu. Mungu hawezi kubariki akupatie kazi ya kusaidia wa Kenya, alafu unaiwachilia, unaidunisha, inakuwa tu ni kazi ya uchochezi na kazi ya kusurura hapo na kutukana watu wale wengine. Ukienda kwa waheshimiwa kama hawa, wengine ni vijana, badala ya kuwasaidia mahali wanatelesa kama hii, unaona nawaambia tujaribu hii namna hii, unaenda kuwatukana na waita majina. It's not possible. It is not possible. It is not possible that you are the only person who is knowledgeable. Na hii Kenya hatutakubalia mtu yoyote kuzurura hapa akichochea wananchi na kuwatia mori bila kuwasaidia katika shida zao. We will not allow that to continue. Nataka nikosoe wengine waliongea hapa kidogo. Sisi hatusemi mtu asikuje. Kila mtu aende kila mahali, kila kiongozi amekaribishwa. Hata hapa mbele North, hata mahali popote, kila mtu amekaribishwa na asipigwe kelele. Kwa sababu kazi ya kupiga kelele ni kazi ya mtu ameshindwa. When you are unable to articulate yourself, you make noise. We need to be very careful. The start of this new year, we must be very focused na tuheshimiane. Tuheshimiane sisi zote, wakubwa kwa wadogo. Wananchi tuheshimu wananchi. Wananchi waheshimu viongozi wao. Hata kiongozi wako akikukosea, wewe muheshimu, na kwa sababu ni viongozi wa kuchaguliwa na kura, siku ya kupiga kura ikifika utamuadhibu kwa kumtopigia kura. But we cannot be a country of indiscipline, a country of lawlessness, a country of violence and making noise. So all leaders are welcome everywhere, anywhere. They should be treated well. Whether they are in office or they are out of office, it doesn't really matter. They are still our leaders. But they must also respect other people. Na pia waheshimu viongozi wale wengine. Naona watu wanaongea mambo mingi hapo, sijui nini. And I like it that way. Wanaangalia, wanaona kama ni kitu rahisi. We will not allow that to continue. Tuheshimiane. You saw when I went to the media interview before Christmas, I was very restrained. I didn't want to attack people. I didn't want to talk about other people. But you see, the problem is that people may think that we don't have anything to say. So tuheshimiane. Mimi nitaendelea na heshima yangu. I'm not going to change myself. I'm going to stay the way I am. Lakini tuheshimiane. 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 Yeah. Kana muri batando bambere. Watu wakuje huko na heshima? Watu wakifika hapa wakuje na heshima? Yeah. Number 2. Watu wetu tuachane na siasa ya kupigia viongozi makelele. That is wrong, brothers and sisters. It is not right. If you are unhappy with a leader, there is a way of dealing with that leader. Ni makanatima. Tukaigathayo. Kana burenda mbara. Kana ithayo. Mukamukira atongoria bothe. Marabaga kinya guku. Ukamagiteo. That is the Kenya. That's how you build a civilized society. That is how you build a modern country. We cannot be a country where leaders are scheming against each other and paying young people money to make noise at other people. Na mimi nimeomba hao viongozi ambao tuko nao katika hii mambo ya siasa. Mimi kusiwahi kiongozi wa kunisaidia kupangia vile kiongozi fulani atapigiwa kelele. I will not be part of that. I will actually denounce those plans. It is not necessary. Hiyo kazi nyingine ya kushindana kwa siasa, ule anataka kushindana na sisi angojee hapo mbele. Ataona kilichomtoa kanga manyoya. Tawamalizia asubuhi na mapema. Asubuhi na mapema. Yeah, lakini saa hii tuko kazi. So naenda kuweka kibao hako imeandikwa men at work. Ile kibao ya wale watu wanajenganga barabara, inaitwa men at work, ndio naanza kuweka hapo. Na muangalia kutoka kesho ile kazi tunaenda kupromosha Kenya hii. Yeah. Kama wewe uko na hasira zako na mambo ya visirani, usituletee visirani yako. Please, na tuheshimiane. I repeat, tuheshimiane. Mimi heshima zote nimekupatia, but you must also respect me. Kwa sababu mimi naona mahali tunaendelea, kuna mahali tunataka kufika. So, siwacha niachie hapo. Muko salama wati ya mbele. Tuko chonjo. Utatuunga mkono. Mumefurahi mimi Mungu kunijalia bahati mmoja wenu kuwa deputy president ya Kenya. mumefurahi ya kwamba Mungu amekumbuka sehemu kama hizi zetu? Na niwaulize, tumekuwa na marais wengi. Rais William Ruto ni rais wa 5 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Kweli ama si kweli? Kuna rais mwingine alikumbuka mtu ya saidi hii kuwa makamu wake? So mimi nataka niseme ya kwamba we are fit for purpose.
I want to say this. If you listen to that video and you look at the body language of Kithure Kindiki, he's coming out viciously hungry against Rigathi Gachagua. But again, you know, you need before and one thing, another thing you need to, I want to tell you the irony of all this. Kithure Kindiki spoke for almost 20 minutes. The whole video is 20 minutes. I just took snippets. And in all those 20 minutes, he never uttered a word about abduction of these men in the country. The abduction trend in the country. Kithure Kindiki, the deputy president, has not mentioned a word. And they thought, and of course, addressing Rigathi Gachagua is seen as a priority. I want to say this. What you need to question is things Rigathi Gachagua is saying. Are they true or false? And why exactly is Rigathi Gachagua getting traction from the masses? Because the government is unpopular. And the government is unpopular, and the president said this is not the time for popularity. I want to say this. What does Kindiki mean by saying we will stop Gachagua? Of course, I like the fact that he took credit for, and of course, you need to credit him for the banditry in the North Rift. But can you neutralize Gachagua with strategies of neutralizing bandits? And I'm seeing a full-blown conflict between Rigathi and Kindiki. At this point, I may want to ask, in the political context, if the ballot box is taken to Mount Kenya now, 2 candidates, Rigathi, Kindiki, who is going to win? That question is for those people who come from Mount Kenya. You can give us that question. But the strategy, according to me, was very clear. There is something that Rigathi Gachagua and the team, there is something that Kindiki and the team wanted to achieve. The reason why Kindiki is coming out bold and courageous is, I think, to deflate the narrative of being weak after a story emerged that he was slapped in State House. And even yesterday, he came out and said that the president had given him leave. But then, he just came out to attend the wedding ceremony of the son to Rebecca Miano, CS Rebecca Miano, but had been on leave. So, if the deputy went on leave, when is the president going on leave? Because the president was never on leave. The president was all over in Nyanza attending football tournaments, and all through. Did our president take leave? Question. And when that story came out, personally, I did not analyze it because I need to be honest. When I saw that story, for me, in this podcast, we normally don't rush. We don't just rush because it is euphoria. We don't rush because it is euphoria. The truth be told, I never saw it. I think it was just manufactured from the fact that Kithure Kindiki could have had a fallout with some of President's handlers. I'm still looking around. When I get something tangible around it, I will comment on it. But Kindiki realized that Kenyans had seen him as weak. So he wanted to deflect the attention. And the second thing where Kindiki is coming out here, he's trying to coalesce the region around him. And in fact, he's trying to cut a niche of Mount Kenya East. And that is why he posed a question asking, tangu rais akue, mshaisikia mmoja wenyu kutoka pande hii amepewa nafasi kama hii yangu? And asking indirectly that, since all the other presidents, we ever had a deputy president for Mount Kenya East? Because he's realized that his position is insecure. But let me whisper something to Abraham K. Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Insecurity of the position of DP is not caused by Rigathi Gachagua out there. The biggest threat is Raila Odinga access. Those fellows, the Mbadis and Wandai and the Raila team, those are the fellows that will decide who is going to be the deputy. So I wish you leave out Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is cutting a niche for his own political survival, rather auction. The second issue is this. Kindiki is trying to prepare the ground for Ruto's Mount Kenya tour. Why? Rigathi was daring the president that come, wale watu wa mlima wako na wewe na maswali. Wanataka kukuuliza maswali. Rigathi was talking about that the other day. So, and that is why Kindiki is going there and is begging them that please don't heckle. This trend of heckling leaders because you disagree with them is not good. And there is a plan to push the Mount Kenya East narrative. All this is a failed plot. And in fact, if the political strategists around the president have advised Kindiki that it is now time to go to crush Rigathi. Rigathi wants that conflict. Oh, he wants it. But then, Rigathi wants that conflict. Do you think he has something to lose? No, he has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. And Rigathi wants that conflict so that by the time you try to make a move, I mean this crash, he emerges as the victim. And when he emerges as the victim, the people coalesce around the one that is being suppressed. I want to say this in this podcast. Kindly get this. You can miss everything from what we've said in this video. But I want to say this. The problem is not the anger that Rigathi Gachagua is planting on the people. The problem here is Kenya Kwanza is giving Rigathi Gachagua the fodder. And by the time Rigathi was impeached, Ruto was already not very popular in Mount Kenya and in the country. As we speak, the country and the women of Kenya are planning to protest on Monday to question the whereabouts of the 6 men who were abducted, allegedly abducted. And the government have said, we don't know. So when it is about abductions, the country, or rather the masses, are helpless. And that is why when they find someone that can speak about them, immediately we had 2022 election, the hustler changed. The hustler fellows changed. And they became kings. So the hustler remained alone. So much as you might think, much as Rigathi is planting anger in Mount Kenya, the same thing that was planted against Uhuru Kenyatta, but what is giving fodder? Remember, during Uhuru Kenyatta time, they said Uhuru never developed Mount Kenya. Uhuru abandoned Mount Kenya. Now as we speak, there are a bit of failed policies here. That these stories about abductions, it is these things that are making people angry. In fact, even the rest of the country is not happy. But there is some shadow, there is some blanket below the sky that has been used. That is Raila Odinga, that broad-based thing. You know, not that Kisumu is happy. No. I was home. I was in Siaya. Not that people are happy. Everyone knows. Mambo haiko sawa. Lakini because Raila have said. Now, the moment Raila says, I'm out, you guys decide the way you want, that will be the end of the story. So, Kindiki, the problem is not Rigathi. The people that are feeding, the fodder Rigathi is getting is coming from Kenya Kwanza. And especially when the system doesn't work. Number 2. What is creating anger is the kind of entitlement by the President Ruto's handlers. Did you listen to, I listened today to Oscar Sudi saying, angekuwa waziri, I don't know, interior, would have dealt with these boys squarely. Now, it is this these people have forgotten. It is this kind of sentiment that is actually causing the anger. So much as you might think that Rigathi is inciting and pushing people and saying this and that, the whole thing doesn't stop and end with Rigathi. The question is bigger. And even if you settle it up, even if you square it with Rigathi, I don't think it's going to be a solution. The problem is bigger. And I know Prof knows that. It's big and complex. And lastly, I've seen Prof talking about Mount Kenya East. Good, and it's nice for the ear. But even if you get Mount Kenya East, will you be able to secure the DP slot? I wish you galvanize Mount Kenya. I wish you'll galvanize Mount Kenya. Because even if you get East, it is just part of the equation. There are almost around 3 million votes in Nyanza and Western. That is the threat. The Western Bloc is the threat to Kindiki Post, not Rigathi. Because on the matter of Rigathi, I don't think that is even a discussion. Mount Kenya has left the train. They are not there. They are not in that house. And the more Kindiki tries to, of course, try to bring things up, I feel he might actually lose it. Thank you.